legend status, or glory. So, before we get into this video, it's important that I say as much as Phillips is set to join City for a reported 45 to 50 million, he is still yet to agree his personal terms and of course pass his medical. For me, this is just a formality, but, yes, we must have a but. Phillips and his family are 100% Leeds through and through, which could be one of the reasons the 26-year-old opts to stay at Leeds. I'm sure all Leeds fans are wishing this happens. Let's be honest, Phillips at Leeds, 100% better. And of course, not just that, you've got to replace him. How do you replace that passion, that ability? He's quite crucial. That would be very, very difficult. All in all though, playing for Pep, European football, knowing you're able to challenge for all major club honours in the game, and then you add into the mix the talent on the City books, it would be extremely hard to turn that down. So I would say Phillips looks to be going to City to fill that gaping hole left by the Brazilian Fernandinho, who left the club after 9 years this summer. Now I could build this as Rodri versus Phillips for the defensive midfield starting spot in Pep's 4-3-3 formation. Is that going to be a true reflection? I mean, okay, let's look at Rodri. Last season, he finished with the most successful passes in opposition half, and then to top that, he was joint most possessions won in the league, which, come on, that clearly shows his underlying dominance across the park. Now, as much as I just said, is this Rodri versus Phillips, I believe Phillips will just be brought in to add depth. Good God. Be brought in to add some depth. And of course, I think he'll be relieving some of the burden of Rodri in a defensive role. But in saying that, I think Phillips is truly going to be able to challenge Rodri for the main starting role. Now, we all love watching football, and I've watched enough of Rodri to be able to say I believe he can be lackadaisical and very careless when in possession. Or to put it better, City have only won once when Rodri has lost the ball 15 or more times. Those stats don't lie. A 0-0 draw against Palace, lost the ball 21 times. A 1-1 draw against West Brom, lost the ball 17 times. They lost 2-0 to Palace, lost the ball 16 times. They lost 2-0 to Wolves, lost the ball 15 times. They lost 3-2 to Brighton, lost the ball 15 times. The one saving grace, the get out of jail free card, the result against Everton, the 1-0 win. Which, come on, let's be honest. Even diehard City fans have to admit the Spaniard should have arguably conceded a penalty. I mean, that result was, it is what it is at the end of the day. But the statistics don't lie. And of course, I'm not going to fully blame Rodri for those results. That would just be naive and not a fair reflection of Manchester City. But it was a major contribution to the losses and draws that could have cost them the title. It nearly did cost them the Premier League title. Now, the biggest positive I can give Phillips, and one of the many reasons City must be snapping up this talented English midfielder, is he is more positive and, for me, far more comfortable on the ball, taking in consideration Leeds do not control all their games. And I've got to be honest, this is even backed up by something I truly love and adore: stats. So these are based on 90 minutes. All stats are based on 90 minutes from last season, the 2021 season. As you can see, Kalvin Phillips, total tackles, interceptions, possession turnovers, take-ons attempted, forward passing percentage, all above Rodri. Now, I'm not saying that is amazing and, you know, given he does more defensive work with Leeds because they're always defending compared to back-to-back league champions and City in general, it's still impressive to see these statistics. And for me, it's one of the reasons why City will clearly be wanting to take him. Now, look, I could go on talking for a while about Phillips and why I feel it'll be a great move. But let me be clear, as a United fan, I don't actually want to see City get any stronger. And in all honesty, I don't really care about Leeds, so whatever. I will finish with the overall benefit for City by having both players is something that I found quite astounding. Now, I was up in the early hours doing some research on the statistics side for both players, and ball recoveries just stood out, mind-blowingly stood out. Phillips made 12.87 recoveries per 1,000 opposition touches, second only to the potential new teammate, Rodri, with 17.01. That's astounding. The pair are better than the players who excelled in this, which were the likes of Declan Rice, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and of course potential teammate Cancelo. It's quite astounding. So for me, Phillips is a ready-made replacement for Fernandinho. He's positive, he's comfortable on the ball, and he's extremely efficient, for me personally, in a defensive apartment. Now, a few people may disagree with that. You're entitled to your own opinion. That's what I love about football. So I'm going to finish by saying Rodri needs assistance and City need depth and cover. And I truly believe Phillips will come and eventually be the first choice defensive midfielder. And I think Phillips will look at it as a great challenge. A great challenge he can get his teeth into, especially at 26. The latter years of 27, 28, 29, 30. He wants to be challenging for titles. He wants to be progressing his career. So I think it would be a great move. But the question is, and hopefully something you can answer in the comment section below, do you choose legend status, the keys to the city, or, as much as I put glory, potential glory? Also, add into the mix, is this the actual right move in a World Cup year? Who knows? As I say, let me know in the comment section below. Many thanks for watching, and hopefully I will catch you in the next video.